Yeah.
To me, she is. Mom.
Is this little girl bossy? Yeah. She's not being very nice. Now I'm finished, said Babushka, and now we will have lunch. She took a kettle down from a high shelf. Natasha looked up on the shelf where the kettle had been, and there was a little doll she had never seen before. Is that your doll, Babushka? She asked. Yes, dear, it was my doll when I was a little girl like you. Did you play with her all the time? Asked Natasha. No, my dear. I played with her only once. Only once. Why do you think she only played with her once?
Because she didn't it.
You think maybe because she only had her for a little time?
She had to do chores.
Maybe.
Maybe she thought it was special.
Oh, she broke it.
Maybe she broke it.
She broke it. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe she didn't. Maybe it was so special she just didn't want to break it.
Or maybe it was glass.
Yeah, maybe. I have finished.
She's kind of acting like how she was to Grandma, huh?
It's karma. That could be very much possible. Do you think that maybe even Grandma might have known?
Yeah. No.
That's what she gave it to her.
Why do you think Grandma only played with the doll once?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I was kind of thinking.
Do you think Grandma was naughty too?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what I thought.
Because she goes, this is the perfect time. Remember when she says that?
What made you to act like this? Were you working with the grandmother?
So you got to think of an answer for that. Okay? Okay, Tomas? Or if you need help with the answer.
All right. So do you think you had an excellent understanding, a good understanding, some understanding, or little understanding?
Some understanding.
Oh, I think actually you had a little better. I think you had at least a good understanding of the characters, don't you think? Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and you put a 4 there. Let's keep that. That's fine. Yesterday we learned about Miss Natalia. What was one thing we learned about Miss Natalia, Ariana?
One thing that we learned about is that she would be mean to her grandma because she wanted her grandma to do
Lessons we learned yesterday, Jake. Need to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lesson that we learned is that Natasha wasn't to be mean. What got taught a lesson.
What was the lesson? Do you remember?
The lesson was not to be bad again because her now she knows how her grandma felt.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Jen. Tell us what we're going to do today.
We are going to do a little skit, and we'll do 2, or we could even do 2 and 3. You think so?
That'll be fine.
I think so. And we're going to team up, and we already read the same book. You're going to write and act out a scene in which one of you plays the character from the book, and the other one's going to play a TV talk show host who interviews the character on camera.
Who were the characters in the story?
So, yep.
Jake?
Yeah. Oh.
Miss Natasha.
Yeah.
And?
Grandma.
Grandma?
And the doll.
And the doll. So, Mr. David. Okay.
And the doll.
Copycat.
So you're going to write out questions, and you're going to plan your answers beforehand, and then we're going to record you. Okay?
What is this?
So you can be
this.
serious or you can be funny. Okay? And be creative. So, and we could even with the 3 do like a double interview. One can be the doll and one can be the little girl or grandma and the doll. So we got to have partners.
And the talk show host has to.
Why are you acting like Miss Natasha?
Because she was acting up and rushing her.
Grandma, did you know that the doll was gonna come alive when you left?
Yes. And we know that happened to me when my little doll.
Naughty like the girl Natasha.
Well, she was being nice to Grandma, so I thought, let's help the Grandma. Maybe she might want a little relax.
Why didn't you do what did you do to the grandma that made her play with you only once?
Well, she was acting like Natasha, so I went and I was like, and I waited until she smiled, looked at me, and the grandma, her great-grandma, she looked at me, and when she looked at me, she thought, oh, you want to play with her? She went to the store. When she went to the store, you know what happened? She acted like Natasha. So I just said, oh, you know what? Let's just go play. And I tied her out, and she cried, and as soon as her grandma came home, she stopped acting naughty. She acted.
That's all we have for today.
Woo!